Shubhendu Ghosh, who is standing by in Cyprus as we speak. Shubhendu, tell us more about the visit. Has the Prime Minister's aircraft landed in Cyprus yet?
It has, Ramesh. In fact, if I can tell you where I am right now, this is the hotel where the Prime Minister would be staying. Just next door, there's a bustling gathering of members of Indian diaspora, all decked up in their traditional wear. Anytime now, Prime Minister Narendra Modi's cavalcade is expected to reach, in fact, the hotel. We are on standby for that. The diaspora, although it's a small in number, just over 11,000 Indian diaspora in Cyprus, but it's a very energetic, very vibrant one, educated, many of them engineers in IT, also some students. So in that sense, the quality of the gathering is very significant. They're making important contributions to this Mediterranean island, and there is a great excitement. And why not? It's over 2 decades that an Indian Prime Minister is coming here in Cyprus, and all the people here who sort of also made Cyprus their home, for them, it is an elder member of the family coming home. So in that sense, there is great excitement, festive spirit. In a moment from now, we're in fact showing you some of those visuals, but when Prime Minister comes, that energy, that connect that he has will be on display once again. Anytime now, we're expecting Prime Minister Narendra Modi to in fact reach the venue here. His cavalcade is to reach. There's excitement growing up. So about the diaspora, they're all excited and packed with their best traditional wear.
Indeed, as those visuals convey, Shubhendu, on our screens as we speak. The excitement is palpable among the Indian diaspora. We'll talk about more of that in just a bit. But having spent the last few days in Cyprus, Shubhendu, you've interacted with a lot of Cypriot, including scholars, academics, and other policymakers. What's the sense you get about India-Cyprus relations? Are they future ready, as it were?
Absolutely. And we have to first understand, Ramesh, that this relationship is based, and the foundation of it are really ancient civilizational ties, the kind of common history, of colonial history that both Cyprus and India have shared. The British colonial history, the part of it where India, after gaining independence, had in fact helped and pushed for independence of Cyprus. So this friendship is not just of the 21st century. It has been built over the centuries, as it were. And today, both the countries are forward-looking. They work with similar principles of peace, democracy, and progress while taking everyone along. They fight against and stand against similar challenges like cross-border terrorism, speaking to cross-section of people. The sense that we get is that the friendship between India and Cyprus is multi-layered. Everyone had their own reason to celebrate the connect. There are professionals who say that they have great opportunities in terms of market in India, or great opportunities if they're Indian business people, Indian professionals through Cyprus. The whole of Europe opens up to them. Similarly, many also recollect the past role that India had played in Cyprus's history, in its freedom movement. So in that sense, Cyprus and India today are natural partners, and in the 21st century focus on innovation, technology, startup, democracy. These countries could not converge more in terms of the friendship as it stands. And behind me, you can now see a lot of members of the Indian diaspora now moving to welcome Prime Minister Narendra Modi, all decked up in their traditional wealth. But yet this friendship, multi-layered, Ramesh, that would be a very important aspect. Everyone had something to gain from this friendship.
Indeed, as you report there, Shubhendu, we can see activity behind you as well. I believe we are counting down to the Prime Minister's arrival at his hotel in the city. But talking about your interaction with the Indian High Commissioner to Cyprus as well Shubhendu, what a sense you got about where the two countries stand insofar as the ties are concerned. Meanwhile, we're getting you these visuals. Shubhendu will come to you in just a bit, but let me pull up those visuals for our viewers of the Prime Minister landing in Cyprus, being greeted at the airport by the Cypriot delegation. And also we can see the Indian ambassador, the High Commissioner to Cyprus, Mr. Manish, also among the the welcome party at the airport, as it were. The Prime Minister, remember, is on a 3-nation tour of Cyprus, Canada and Croatia. He has landed in Cyprus for a 2-day visit that will also see him address business leaders in the city of Limassol, and also engage in a private dinner with the Cypriot President, Nikos Christovolidis, that will cap the day's engagements for him in the city. And tomorrow we can expect him to hold some more talks before leaving Cyprus for Canada. Shubhendu, coming back to you, I meant to ask you about your interaction with the Indian High Commissioner to Cyprus, Mr. Manish. What the sense you got about the state of play in the India-Cyprus ties? Also, looking ahead to the Prime Minister's engagements, what did he have to say about his itinerary in the city?
Right, Ramesh. First, the priority areas of engagement between India and Cyprus, something that stood out with the potential that opens up when a country like Cyprus and India come together. We have to understand that the geographical location of Cyprus is a very interesting one. It's seen as a gateway, as it were, to the Mediterranean, to Europe. Come 2026, Cyprus is going to be the president of the Council of European Union. India, we know, is already negotiating an FTA agreement with Europe, with the European Union. In that sense, closer ties and very friendly and intimate ties with countries like Cyprus increase the opportunity for more closer trade engagement to begin with. And that is something that the ambassador also focused on, that the potential is significant. India, as the fourth largest economy in the world today, holds great promise for these countries who are also looking to recharge their economies. They're looking for bigger, more vibrant markets. Indian economy is growing at a pace which is seen as a growth engine for the world. And it's no wonder that as much as Indian businesses, Indian professionals would like to go enter Europe and make a career there, establish their businesses there, similarly, the sentiment is mutual. Europe, countries like Cyprus, they would like to engage in the Indian markets. So in that sense, it's a win-win partnership. And the developments that we've seen here are going to be historic, because this is where this partnership is being nurtured, being taken forward to the next level. Second question that you asked, Ramesh, about the key engagements that Prime Minister would have. Today, for example, as Prime Minister just comes, the bustling diaspora is already gathering, and be not surprised if I disappear from the screen for a moment. There's a lot of people excited and they want to see the Prime Minister right in front of them. Talking about the key engagements, Prime Minister would be here in just a short while. The cavalcade is on its way from the airport to this hotel in Limassol, and Prime Minister would be reaching in just a bit. But apart from that, Prime Minister would also have a very special walk with President of Cyprus. It's a beach town, Limassol, the Levantine Sea, which sort of is between Israel and Middle East and Europe, the sea between the two continents. This is where Cyprus is situated, an interesting location in that sense. So it's a beautiful long beach where Prime Minister and President of Cyprus are expected to take a friendly walk together. Then come day two, Prime Minister's more formal engagements will start with a ceremonial welcome. Delegation level talks where leaders will have a gamut of issues to talk about. The potential of the relations are going to be taken forward in tech, in technology, trade, investment. All those areas, the expectations are sky high, people-to-people connected, a part of which what we are witnessing right now, the excitement that is there, people of Cyprus, people of Indian origin who live in Cyprus, all of that is going to be taken forward. But one important aspect that you were also talking about with our guest earlier, Ramesh, is the symbolic importance. We have to understand that this is the first visit by Prime Minister Narendra Modi to a foreign country in the aftermath of the Pahalgam terror attack, in the aftermath of Operation Sindoor. In that sense, this visit assumes great importance. Cyprus was one of the first countries to very vocally condemn the Pahalgam terror attack, and it's not the first time it has done it. It has always stood with India, spoken in one voice as far as the scourge of terrorism is concerned. And India has also always supported the Cyprus question. We have an occasion to also discuss in detail what that Cyprus question dispute is, a dispute that is about 50-year-old, with the hegemony of such a nation in the neighborhood that we were talking about. And India has, in a very consistent manner, like a true friend, stood with Cyprus and said that these differences, these issues must be resolved peacefully as per international law. So in that sense, in difficult times, Cyprus and India have always stood by oneself. And in that sense, the Prime Minister choosing an island nation somewhere in the Mediterranean as his first place to visit after the developments in India around Pahalgam terror attack speaks volumes about how India values partnership with countries who speak in one voice, as far as the scourge of terrorism is concerned to begin with. Ramesh?
Indeed, Shubhendu, thank you. We'll come back to you for more as we go along. But